Hey everyone, welcome to this 25-minute Hatha yoga flow designed to inspire creativity. We won't be using any props today, so grab your mat and let's begin. We will begin in an easy pose. Cross your legs, sit with your spine tall, and let your eyes close. Notice what it feels like to close your eyes. Send your shoulders up and back a couple circles before you settle in a nice tall posture. Now we're going to bring our awareness to our breath. Breathe in deeply, straight down to your belly. Hold your breath here. Exhale slowly with control. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. We'll repeat this 3 times before we come back to our own natural rhythm of our breath. Art is yoga. Yoga has many definitions. However, one of the simplest put is union. It is union of the mind, the body, and the soul. This is the same space where art is born. Asana, the physical postures we practice in yoga, are only a very small part of yoga. They are simply one branch on the entire tree that is yoga. When we make art, we are trying to express the wonder and devastation of the human existence. We are playing God in our own little micro-universe. We are source consciousness trying to express ourselves. Let's set an intention for this practice. My intention is to inspire creativity and beautiful flowing art channeled from the divine. Breathe to your intention. Feed it with deep breaths. Feel the prana, the life force energy, entering your body, eager to serve you best. Where is it in your body? What color is it? Pranayama, our breath work, is the combination of prana and yama, our discipline. When we practice pranayama, we are practicing the art of harnessing life's very essence. I designed this class to really draw on the sacral chakra, the chakra of creativity, desire, and confidence. I'd also like to remind you that everyone's practice looks different, and I want you to listen to and honor your limits. We'll begin our asana practice with some slow, intentional neck circles. Draw your head around in big, swooping circles. Careful not to overstrain yourself as we are just beginning to warm up. Go ahead and switch directions if you haven't yet. We'll now send our shoulders back, take some big, exaggerated shoulder circles. And we'll switch directions, bringing them up and forward and down. Reach your arms behind you, clasp the hands together if you can, open the chest, heart forward. Chin rises up, and then we're going to take it down, folding over our legs, bringing our forehead towards the ground. Big exhale here. We'll slowly sit ourselves back up, and then we'll bring the hands back towards the ground behind us. Let the chin fall down. And we'll come back to neutral. Go ahead and come into a wide-legged straddle. No need to strain yourself too much here. Just go where you feel your edge. Sit tall and then lean your chest and forehead forward, away from your body towards the ground. We'll bring our right arm to reach across to the left thigh, the palm facing up. Our left arm will reach up and over to the right, and our gaze will follow the fingertips. We'll now bring it back to neutral and then switch the arms. So now the left arm is reaching to the right thigh, palm facing up, and the right arm is reaching up and over to the left. We'll now release that, swing the legs around to face the front of your mat. Keep the knees and feet off the ground. Straighten your legs into a half boat pose. Breathe deeply here. Use your core to stabilize yourself. Breathe, feed yourself prana, and we'll release very slowly, intentionally lowering ourselves down to the ground. Don't touch, and we'll come back up to our half boat. Slowly with intention, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, let it fall in front of us. Lean into your butterfly, a wide-legged butterfly. And then we'll inhale, come back into our boat. Hold the breath, exhale, fall into that Baddha Konasana. And we'll go ahead and repeat this, linking each movement with our breath. At our next inhale, we will allow the knees to rise up and together, and then we're going to straighten our legs out in front of us and take our half lord of the fish. So the right leg is going to cross over the left. We have a bend in the knee, and our left elbow is digging into that right leg and twisting. We're gazing over our right shoulder. Bring it back to center, and we'll switch legs. So now the left leg is crossed over the right shoulder goes into the left knee, gaze over the left shoulder. Come back to center, release to your staff pose, and reach for your ankles, your shins, or your toes. Look over your shoulder and come to a high plank. Take a deep breath here, draw in on that prana, and we'll slowly lower ourselves down in chaturanga, elbows in. Try not to let yourself touch the ground. Keep those thighs up, roll your toes up into your up dog, thighs still off the ground. Roll over your toes into your downward facing dog. Walk it out here. Take a deep breath here and let it out. And now we're just going to flow between our down dog, our high plank. Rock it out here, feel a nice stretch in those toes, and flow back into your downward facing dog. Curl your body up to plank, straight down to your upward facing dog. Flow between each of these poses, however your body wants to. Be like a wave here. And your next down dog, go ahead and walk it out. And then we're going to step or hop to the front of the mat. Fingers stay down low, keep a nice bend in those knees. Reach behind your legs if you like, keep the bend. Take a big exhale here, really exaggerate it. We are going to slowly rise up with our left leg. Let the knee rise. Extend the leg out, keep a nice bend in the legs, and we'll come into our warrior three, bringing that left leg behind us. Gaze is straight ahead on something fixed, unmoving. Breathe deep here. Bring the knee back up in front of you into your tree pose. Deep breath here. Now we are going to crouch, bend in that right leg. We'll cross the left ankle over that lower thigh and come to sit like you're in a chair. Hands come together in Anjali Mudra. And now we'll step that left leg back into our warrior two, center the back foot, 90-degree angle. Our front foot is facing forward, knee stacked over the ankle. Slide the left arm down the left thigh as you lean back with the right arm into your reverse warrior. Your gaze is up past those right fingertips. And we'll windmill our hands to the front of the mat, come into a low lunge, keep the knee off the ground, center that back foot if it wasn't. Rock back and forth here. Step the right foot back, take your chaturanga, try not to touch the ground, keep the thighs up in your upward facing dog, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Walk it out here. Come into your plank, drop your thighs into an upward facing dog. Roll over the toes, flow into down dog. Now we'll bend in the elbows as we swoop straight into our up dog. Roll over the toes, back to down dog, walk it out. Look up to the fingertips and step or hop to the front of the mat. Fingers stay down on the ground, Uttanasana. Keep the left foot planted, both your toe pads and heels firmly grounded as you rise up with your left leg, keeping the bend in your knees. Extend the leg in front of you. Draw on your prana to stabilize yourself. Draw on your prana to stabilize yourself as you reach the right leg behind you into your warrior three. The arms reach out in front of you, trying to make a line between the back leg and the horizon. Bring the right leg back in front of you, bend generously in the left leg, and bring the right ankle over the lower left thigh. Sit in your chair here, hands in Anjali Mudra, our prayer position. We'll now come into Warrior 2, so bring the right foot to be planted at a 90-degree angle in the back center of your mat, and the left leg bends, our knees stacked over the ankle, arms reaching both forward and behind us. Let the right arm slide down the right thigh as we bring the left arm up and behind our bodies, our gaze following the fingertips. Go ahead and turn to face the front of the mat, the hands swing down, and we're just going to come into our low lunge. Keep that back knee off of the ground, rock it back and forth. Go ahead and drop the back knee, and we'll rise up and prop ourselves up on our knee, keeping the gaze forward, straight ahead of us. Our heart is open. Take a deep breath here. On your next exhale, straighten that front leg into your half split. Our chest is coming down towards the knee, forehead towards the shin. You can keep a bend in the leg here. Deep breath. And now we will shift our weight forward, coming back into that low lunge. And we're going to heel toe our leg out to the side in a lizard pose. And we're gonna do our winged dragon actually. So we are letting the knee fall down away from our body. And we're coming down to our forearms if that feels good for us right now. We'll come back up onto our hands and we're going to step that left leg back and we're going to come into our cat-cow. So just inhaling, we drop the belly, the chest rises up, and exhale, we arch the back, the spine reaching for the sky, our chin tucked. Follow your breath here, linking each posture with the breath. At your next cat, we are going to exaggerate emotion back into our wide-legged child's pose. So just falling back on the thighs, widening the knees a little bit if you want to get deeper. Take a deep breath here. And now we are going to shift our weight forward a little bit, widen the knees even more, and come down to where is comfortable for a froggy pose. Really don't push yourself here. If this is too much, go ahead and back off. You can just stay in your wide-legged child's pose. Alright, we are going to shift our weight to our bellies, straighten the legs, and lift ourselves up into our upward facing dog, into our downward facing dog. Walk it out, and we're going to bring the right leg to the center of the mat. Low lunge. We'll center that back foot and come up to rise, propping ourselves on our knee, keeping the gaze straight ahead. We'll now send our weight back, straighten that front leg, keep a little bend in the knee, half split. The chest and the nose come down towards the shin. Big exhale here. And now we'll bend in that front leg again, come back up into the low lunge, heel toe the foot out. We'll come into our winged dragon, so letting the knee fall down beside you and coming down to the forearms, if that feels good for you right now. Deep breaths here. This is a really intense hip opener. Hip openers are great for art because art is truly just emotion turned into something tangible. And when we do hip openers, we release a lot of emotions. So we are drawing on inspiration when we do these hip openers. Bring that front leg behind you, come down to your belly. Shake out your legs a little bit. And then we're going to bend in the legs, send them up behind you, grab for the ankles, and use your ankles to bring your chest up and forward as a counterbalance in our bow pose. Open that heart, your chest, and we'll release. Let the feet fall back to the ground. Bring your hands up by your shoulders, palms on the ground. We'll lean over to our right, bringing the left leg up and behind us, a nice 90-degree bend in that left elbow. Come back to center and we'll switch sides. Drop down to your belly and we'll bring our hands up by the shoulders again, lift, come down into your puppy pose, so towards a child's pose and then dropping the chest down, so we're getting a really nice shoulder chest stretch. If this is too intense, just take your child's pose. Wonderful job, everybody. Slowly shift your weight forward back to your belly. And we will go ahead and turn over to lay on our backs. Very gently, very slowly. We'll bend in our knees and lift them up to the sky, and we'll hug ourselves in a tight little ball. Release your chest and your arms out into a T beside you. Let the knees bend and fall to your right elbows. Keep that left shoulder planted on the ground. Take a deep breath here. We'll bring the knees back up to center. And now we'll switch sides. Let the knees fall to that left, keeping the right shoulder planted on the ground. Bring the knees back up to center, and we'll let our legs fall out into our Baddha Konasana, our supine Baddha Konasana. So the knees are facing away from each other, pointed at either side outside of you, falling down towards the ground. As you are feeling ready, you can go ahead and straighten your legs into our Shavasana. Shavasana is the time to integrate all of the effects from all of these different asanas we've done today. Very gently roll over to either side into your fetal position. Allow yourself to surrender to this beautiful bliss and relaxation. We'll bring our hands down by our chest and slowly push back up into a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed. Sit tall in your easy pose. We're going to come back to our pranayama from earlier. As we do this, keep your intention from earlier in your mind and feed it with this prana. Breathe in deeply, straight down to your belly. Hold your breath here. Exhale slowly with control. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Take a moment to notice how you feel now compared to earlier before we started this practice. What's different? What's the same? Go ahead and take the deepest breath you've taken all day. We are now going to close this practice together, so sweep up that life force energy, grab it above your head, and bring it down to your heart, down to your belly, and we'll swoop again. Grab it between the palms, bring it down to the heart, to the belly. One more time, sweeping the hands up, grabbing that prana, and this time we will bow to seal our practice together. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this little Hatha flow we did together today. If this happens to inspire anything for you, I would love to see what you've created. So please don't hesitate to DM them to me on Instagram at Sunshine Studio Yoga. If you enjoyed this class, please subscribe for more. I'll be creating plenty of new yoga content. Please leave a comment. I really love hearing what you guys think about what I'm creating. And leave a like because it really does help. Thanks so much. Enjoy your day. I'll see you next time.